Earlier today, as many of you know by now, we lost tragically Marshawn Kneeland at the age of 24. And this morning, a bunch of us started looking at our Twitter accounts. There was a story going around that Marshawn Kneeland had passed, and a bunch of us weren't believing it until it was confirmed by sources. I reached out to a friend of mine who's connected with the Cowboys, and once they confirmed the story, I was overcome with emotion because after the Jets game, I was able to make contact with Marshawn in the family visiting room right outside of MetLife Stadium. He was walking into the family visiting room, and I was outside, and I looked at him, and at the time, he was nursing an injury, and I looked at him as he's walking in, and I said, "Marshawn, get better, get right. We need you down the stretch." And he looked at me, smiled, and nodded his head. He didn't have to say a word, man, but he looked at me with that bright smile, and he nodded his head in agreement. And that interaction quickly came back to my thoughts and my memory, and I was like, man, I cannot believe that this is true. And I was overcome with emotion. And I went on Twitter and I made a video this morning asking the Twitter family to cease all football talk for the day related to breaking down offenses and defenses, trades, second half predictions, first half thoughts, other talk around the NFL. Because in my opinion and the way that I was raised, anytime something tragic like this happens, you take a break, you take a pause from things that really don't mean anything, right? Because Marshawn was a son, a nephew, a cousin, a teammate, and he was a human being, folks. And I think that it is just that we pause all kinds of extra Cowboys talk for at least a day, out of respect for Marshawn, his family, and the Cowboys organization. Because to be honest with you, they don't want to hear any of that stuff right now. They need time to grieve. And it ain't going to take them a day to grieve. It's going to take them a while. They just lost somebody close to them. I had the opportunity to watch the DLLS Cowboys podcast earlier, and I want to say kudos to those guys for doing an amazing job today, bringing up the mental health conversation and giving their perspective and their experiences. If you guys get an opportunity, watch today's DLLS Cowboys episode featuring Jeffrey Kavanaugh, Jesse Holly, Clarence Hill, and Ali Jawad, where each one of them gives you an experience that they've dealt with as far as mental health. And kudos to those guys for putting that out there, man. If you need help, say something. Right? I know that as men, we're taught to be strong. I know that it's been difficult for me to deal with mental health at times. I lost my mother 3 years ago, and I've never recovered from that. But I did need to speak up about it, and I did need to seek help. And I want to offer myself to anybody out there that may need somebody to talk to. I want to say to the Cowboys organization, my thoughts and my prayers are out there with you. To the Kneeland family, there's no words that is going to bring ease to the pain that you guys are dealing with right now. I lost a sister in 2000, and my family never recovered. But know that God welcomed Marshawn with open arms. He's in a way better place now. And that God allowed us the opportunity to watch Marshawn on Monday night in his finest moment as a professional when he scored that touchdown. And I want to say, Marshawn, thank you for sharing your life with us. Thank you for blessing us with that amazing smile. And we love you, and we'll never forget you, Marshawn. Peace.